Well, ready or not, we is rolling. God damn it, what's happening, man? Welcome back to another episode of Who the Fuck Asked You. It's the beginning of the year. It's our first episode. I'm super excited about this one. We got, of course, Rich in the building. The guy, the best guy there is.
Of course,
Rich.
man. He got the heavy hitter. That's why he's starting the year off this way, man. He knew he had to call in a favor, man. He wanted the big dog to come in, man. Yeah, man. Don't try to intro me like it ain't no big deal. Yeah, Big Rich here.
Anyway,
now let me stop, man. What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing, man?
This how you talk to us. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why I talk to niggas with the mic ain't on. y'all little niggas lucky to be recording me. Let me stop. Hey, what's happening, man? What's happening? What's good? How y'all feel?
What's good?
What's going on? And then, of course, we got the guy, the real co-host, Rio. What's happening, man?
Yo, what's going on, man? I'm surprised Rich wanted to jump on it, man. You're the busiest man in America.
You hear me?
I know, man. Let you know what I think about y'all little niggas, man. So shout out to y'all, man. Do it. Hey, I was gonna hit school up earlier. I'll talk to you about it later. Something school be doing that be having me weak, man. But nah, man. All joking aside, man. Yeah, anything. Certain people I'm gonna call away. You know?
Yeah.
I'm call away, man. No matter what I'm doing. If I got notice, I'm definitely make room for it. You know, I'm always gonna take care of the home team, always, school fam, Rio you fam. So no matter if I got y'all tell me when y'all need me and I'm there, man. Always.
Yeah.
My dog.
Yeah, buddy. Second cousin removed, Rio. So you know how we gonna do this shit, man. We start off with our usual, shout outs to the gang, shout out to the Culture Gang, the Culture Garden, shout out to Ray P, shout out to Mo, shout out to the Childish Grown-Ups, shout out to so many. Go ahead, Rich. Go ahead.
Mia Ash, shout out to Lou. Another week in the books.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff going on, man. So everything kind of, we're all connected in some way, form, or fashion. Yeah. Trying to put some detail to it and whatnot, so that'll come. That's something I'm actually working on to get the year rolling. But in the meantime, man, shout out to the whole crew, man. All the podcasts across everything. Just make sure y'all tap in. Start with us and just tunnel vision. Just start with us, and you can go to what other things that we do, and then it branches out from there. You'll meet all these other personalities. So, yeah, man, real exciting time that we got going. So, shout out to the gang, home team.
Yeah, for sure.
If y'all can't tell, that's the boss right there. So I always act right when he on here.
Titles haven't been assigned yet,
All right, look, we're going to cut to the chase, man. Today's episode is not about, as you can see, it says the saddest movie/TV deaths. But, today's episode is not about who died. It's about when we realized life was unfair. These are the movie and TV deaths that made us, that broke us in some kind of way, raised us. So, with that being said, I'm ready to get this started. We're going to start off with our honorable mentions.
Well, I don't know. Can my fault. Go ahead. I don't want to do the Rich thing where I, intrude. However, I do want to have a brief conversation or something. I want to bring something up. So, I'm very curious to know how y'all constructed your list, mainly because School, I think what you said was something very specific when you sent this over. You said saddest movie and TV deaths. And that's a lot different than like shocking or most unexpected, because that's a whole different list. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a lot of deaths that I thought about, I'm like, man, they don't really fit under sad. I wasn't necessarily sad about it, but man, when it happened, it was a big moment. So a lot of big deaths that you would think of in TV and film history, they're not going to be on my list because they're more shocking than sad, or some people that deserved it. One, for example, well, I don't want to, just in case it is on somebody's list and we had different interpretations, but I'm thinking about a big death in The Wire, where it was huge news TV-wise, but it wasn't sad per se. You were salty because you might have liked that character, but the person deserved it. You know what I mean? And there's others where it's just like, damn, like you said, school life ain't fair. So did y'all take that same thought process into this, or did you look at it from just what made you personally sad?
Mine was just what made me. Well, it's kind of a mixture of both, right? Like for me, it's like because the ones that kind of made me personally sad also kind of shocked me. So that's the approach I kind of took to it. Just the ones that more so shocked me though, versus like made me, you know what I mean, sad. Because one that actually is on my honorable mentions, it made me sad, but I wasn't shocked.
Yeah, yeah. So I'll agree with that. I took the same route. I definitely went with sad. Like a lot of these are very sad. There are a lot of moments in my life that I just remember a lot. Like I remember this moment I saw this. Like, and yeah, man, it's just sad, man. Sad shit. So what we doing? We doing honorable mentions, right? Who wanna start us off?
I can.
Let's get it.
All right. My first honorable mention, and it's the one I was alluding to just now, but this might be on somebody's list, but Big Mama from Soul Food.
Okay.
Not for real.
Hey, School got a week.
That's your list,
like,
man.
I mean,
I didn't even think about Big Mama. Yeah, I like. All right.
Yeah. So the reason that it's on my list because for one, like if you just grew up and you watched Soul Food, like you knew the little boy was going so hard for Big Mama. Yeah. Bro was doing everything. Bro, he became a special investigator. He was running around the city at like 12 years old. But you know, but it was everything because Big Mama really held the family together, and you could kind of tell what she meant to the family.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And it was also like the dynamic of how other characters kind of fell apart with her having all those health conditions. You know what I mean? But I wasn't. The reason it's in my honorable mentions and I don't actually on my list because I wasn't shocked, right? Like Big Mama had all these health issues, but she continued to make this food that
Big Mama your arm.
Yeah, you know, but she continued to make that food that wasn't good for her, knowing that she had these health conditions, you know. But it was comfort food, you know what I mean? Like, and it was stuff that she was accustomed to making, and I get it, but I wasn't shocked at, you know what I mean, that what happened, but it was still sad.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like that. I like that. Great start. Yeah. What you got, Rich?
That's the only honorable mention?
I thought we were just gonna do like one, or you want me to just?
Oh, my fault. School, how we doing it?
Yeah, let's do. It depends. How many do y'all have? Let me answer that. I got like 3.
I just got 3.
I got 3 as well. How many you have?
4.
4. Yeah. So let's do one at a go ahead.
Just one at a time. All right.
Y'all got somewhere to be? Shit.
No.
Well, one of my honorable mentions then is I do. One of my honorable mentions. Yeah, I just said y'all just talked about how busy I was. I got shit to do. One of my honorable mentions is I didn't put this in the other ones. All of this is fictional, right? So
yeah.
I do think there's a difference between comic book fiction and character fiction because character fiction puts you in at least the real world. You know where you're operating. Yeah. And comic books, even though they are not polarizing, but very the characters that you attach onto. It was sad when it happened. It's still sad when you think about, but the past couple of years have changed it because of the recent casting. That's Tony Stark, Iron Man. You know, Robert Downey Jr. That was in my honorable mention. Like I said, if they nailed it and they kind of messed it up when they brought him back as Dr. Doom in a sense.
Yeah.
We'll see what they do with that. We're not here to talk about it, but Iron Man, that was a big thing, especially when you think about how long they curated and crafted that world. You know, it started in 2008, and that didn't come into fruition until, I don't know if Endgame was 2018, 2019, whatever the case was, but you spent all your time with the main guy, this guy who started it, and he sacrificed it. And Tony Stark, man, I got to put that up there. That's an honorable mention.
I like that one. All right, well, my first honorable mention is Franklin Saint. Now listen, his sanity. This is a death without a body. Franklin didn't die. The dream died, and that's more powerful, more painful. And as an adult, however, this hits because it's about what chasing power looks like, especially for Black men. He loses respect, family tragedy, and self. That's not entertainment. That's a cautionary tale. So, you feel me? It was very heartbreaking to see. You know, if you've never seen the end of it, I don't really want to spoil it, but some shit happened in the last
We probably should have started off with this, by the way.
Huh?
You probably should kick it off with spoilers. Like, make sure everybody, if you're listening, it's a big spoiler episode, obviously. So just make sure.
Yeah.
You mention something that you haven't seen, you might want to fast forward or just keep going because, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of spoilers in this one.
Yeah, I think that goes without saying. But yeah,
there's always one. They never said
it.
They never said anything.
But yeah, so that's definitely one for me.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Franklin. Man, what a show, what a character. We went with him from ups and downs, and for it to end that way is just that shit broke me, man. I was super sad. That's one of them shows. Like I don't know if I can watch it. I definitely can watch it again, but not all the way through. I don't know. So that's my first honorable mention.
I feel you.
What you got, Rio?
My second one is Jimmy from the 5 Heartbeats.
Okay.
Man, like
I ain't mad at that.
Nah.
I won't lie to y'all. Like that's literally one. It's to this day, it's still one of the hardest parts of the movie for me to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really don't like the back half of the movie for that reason because I don't like the way I mean. I don't like the way that everything went down. Like, Jimmy, I can say he created the 5 Heartbeats, but he had a big reason, a big doing of what they became. You know what I mean?
He molded them into superstars.
Yeah, like he believed in them so much, and he put a lot behind them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, but with fame comes greed, comes power, and you see how it kind of changed everybody in the group, but more so how it changed Eddie. You know what I mean? Eddie can't, bruh. I don't know what Eddie was on, you know what I mean, or what he was thinking, but he had to know. Well, I know that, but I'm just saying, but he was like, I didn't know, you had to know, like you had to know what that Big Red had this whole thing cooking up, you know what I mean, like, but for me, I feel like Jimmy in that movie, he symbolized for a lot of them like a father figure.
Yeah.
So
listen, I'm with you on the Jimmy thing. Some of that though, you got Jimmy got to take responsibility, man, because he knew what type of nigga Big Red was, man. And he still went on with it, man.
But I don't think at the end of the day, even though he knew the type of guy Big Red was, but I don't really think he knew. You know what I mean? Like but he also knew that Big Red gave them a bigger opportunity to become a bigger group. You know what I mean? And I think that's all he really wanted at the end of the day was for that group of men to become as successful as they possibly could.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I ain't mad at it.
Yeah, not at all.
R.I.P. Jimmy, man.
Shout
out to him for teaching us how to make sure we check before we get in the car, man. Make sure the cars ain't dropping.
I was about to say.
Nah.
All right.
Not you never be on the hood of his car like this. Jimmy, no.
I shouldn't have even taken them out, man. That's all good, though, man. Yeah. My honorable mention, I'm going to combine them because they come from the same show.
Yeah.
And they come from the same family, ironically enough. But Ned Stark, and I'm going to go ahead and put the Reigns of Castamere, the Red Wedding. Yeah. Both of those are in my honorable mention. Obviously, Reigns of Castamere is one of those, not just deaths, but just episodes of television across all genres. If you don't know what's happening, if you're not expecting it, just it's one of those OMG moments in real time. You'll never forget where you were when you saw it, what you were thinking when you saw it, everything that built up to it. Obviously, the world of Game of Thrones and Westeros is too large to recap right here in this episode, but they did a very good job of kind of crafting everything. And when that happened, it was a gut punch. It was a gut punch. And this was back when people were still watching shows on a set day of the week. So Monday morning, I remember, was a big thing. I didn't even watch Game of Thrones, but I remember something big happening because everybody at work and everybody else around wanted to talk about it. Internet, trending topics, hashtags, everything else you can think of. So one of the, like, if you ever have, and who knows, maybe I'll do an episode one day of the premiere moments of television. in the past 20 years or something like that. That's got
water cooler moments.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, top that has to be top 2 or top 3. So Red Wedding and Ned Stark. Like I said, Ned Stark, the way they did that show and season 1, when you're not really necessarily sure who the main character is, and you think it's Ned, and then you realize, oh, it's this whole big thing. Similar to The Wire in a sense, where it's the system versus the character. And you have all this ensemble in different worlds. But Ned, most shows don't do that. You know, you tease it, and a lot of shows now, and then sometimes it's hard to watch because like you ain't about to kill this character. Like, you know what I mean? Why y'all got him in this predicament where he tied up and the bomb about to go off? Like, nigga, it's the 3rd episode. You ain't about to kill him yet. But they took it and said, you know what? 9 episodes in, boom, you out of here, off with your head. And it's like, oh shit, this show's serious. You had so many other characters that could carry it, man. Got to give it to them. R.I.P. to the Starks, the Northern
R.I.P. to the Starks. Yeah. I like that. And I definitely agree with everything you said about just that character. Because I remember us watching that, and man, they cut that man's head off. I'm like, what? Hold on, I thought he was the guy. And that goes to great writing. And again, and I know Rich knows this. I've been doing a lot of I've been watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel, and their writing staff is like that, bro. Like, there's main characters that just gone. Like, you think they have them tied up, and you like, oh, he ain't about to, nigga, he gone. Just like that. So I respect that type of writing. My next honorable mention, though, is from the show Dexter. If you've never seen Dexter, man, spoiler alert. This is a big one. Rita Bennett, which was his wife. The death punished the audience, not the character. You know, Rita represented enormously safety, and her death pretty much shows that you don't get an easy way out. You know what I mean? Like, you can't do these evil things and think that you just gonna get to go home to your wife and kids and everything's gonna be straight. Like, nah, homie. There's consequences to this life you leading, even though you think that you're so stealthy and, you know, secretive with your moves. And I remember watching this episode, bro, and I didn't watch this again in real time either, but I'm sure this was a water cooler moment for sure. Like, she was everything to Dexter, and man, that shit hurt. Just had a baby, all that shit. It touched. So that's it.
Damn, I got you.
Just had a baby. Damn.
So, Rio, you got the last round of honorable mention?
Yes, sir. This might be on somebody's list. Maybe. But I'm gonna go with Ghost. From Patrick.
Like James St. Patrick?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Shit ain't on my list.
I'm about to say that. You got all that, brother. Go ahead. That's all you.
Bro, look, I'm gonna tell you like this. Like, and I know it might be some pushback on this. But what if I told y'all the whole time Ghost was never the bad guy in the show? Ghost, he was not. This whole time he was the anti-hero, right? Like in this whole world. So Ghost was never.
Yeah, but those are still bad guys. Tony, Walter White, these are anti-heroes, but they still bad guys. I don't even know. Walter White ain't even anti-hero. He's just a villain.
Yeah, he's a villain. That nigga's evil.
But nah, in reality, like, James was he was leading this certain life, trying to get out of the life. You know what I mean? But it was certain things that kept him there.
So he was trying to be Stringer Bill.
Huh?
He was trying to be Stringer Bill.
Yeah, for sure. But
at the end of the certain way.
You know how that ended.
But at the end of the day, I think it's even worse the way he died. Like, his son killed him. Like, that's crazy.
That's why I can't have it on my list.
Like,
it's not the actor's fault. It's the writing's fault.
Yeah, no, I get it. But it's still,
he deserved better. He deserved better than that.
He definitely did.
For sure. It would have made more sense if Tasha killed him.
Or Tommy, shit.
Yeah.
Or if he stayed alive.
Yeah, I was about to say.
But at the end of the day, I think that the James St. Patrick thing, it really messed me up because I didn't foresee that coming. Like, if you watch throughout the entire series of Power Book 1, I mean, some people that they loved him or they hated him. I don't really feel like it was much in between. But I was definitely a big fan of James St. Patrick, aka Ghost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, look, then I tell people all the time, that the whole thing with Tasha, I get it. Like, he shouldn't have been cheating, in his marriage, and that's, that is what it is. But at the end of the day, he actually like
on that box in episode 1. People forget about that part. She was showing that box design episode 1.
Oh yeah. But I will say this, I think if you watch closely, he asked her like, Tasha, what do you see? You know what I mean? When you think of me, like, what do you see? Like, you know what I mean? And she said, I see the, New York's biggest drug dealer. Like, he was like, yeah, but you don't see more than that. She was like, well, what can be bigger than that? Like, you know what I mean? He was like, well, you know what? If I just want to go legit and get out the game and just be a club owner, she was like, I seen the money you make. You know what I mean? Like, why'd you want to do that? Like, what? Like, God forbid a nigga want to just do right with his life and make legit money. But hey, I'll let that lie where it lays and just say, go to James St. Patrick. It's my final honorable mention.
I ain't mad at you. I'm not mad at you. So actually, I realized I had one more, so I'm gonna actually combine them again. Number 6 would probably definitely be, or not number 6, but one of my honorable mentions would probably be on one of y'all lists, because if you grew up in our era, this is maybe the first crushing moment, especially in a non-animated setting. This was the first crushing moment that you had, and that's My Girl.
That's on my list, brother.
I figured as much. It's just and this is why it's a personal list. I haven't watched My Girl in a minute. I remember the weight of it. If I watched it recently, like when I say recently, I mean the past 20, 25 years, it probably resonate more. I remember and I want to acknowledge it. I put My Girl on my list just off rip. And I haven't seen My Girl probably since the late 90s. So that just lets you know how big of a moment it was, but I haven't revisited to kind of get the build up. I don't even really remember the movie, but I remember that part. And I remember him doing something for her and him being allergic to them bees and those bees getting them. And I remember the funeral scene, and he needs his glasses. He can't see without his glasses. I remember all of that once again without seeing it in over 2 decades. So that lets you know how prominent it was. But it just, I'm too far disconnected from some of these other things on my list to really put it there. And the other one, which might be surprising, I've got another death from this show. And the reason this one's honorable mention and didn't make the top 5 is because this is one where the rules of the game. Like, you are already into it. So yeah, you want to do right and you want to kind of pivot, but you also know what comes with that. So I don't really have as much. It's sad for sure. It's one of my favorite characters. I named my dog after this character, but that's Bodie from The Wire. Bodie's death is sad. It's hard for me to watch because I love that character so much, and you see the plight. However, that's the game, and you know that more than anybody because you was one of the most fiercest soldiers in the game. But you also reach a point where, as Slim Charles says, the thing about the old days, they're the old days, and you don't see yourself with the future. And these streets only last for so long. We saw his boy Poop get out and working at Foot Locker. Like, if you're gonna go out, he went out on the shield. He ain't leaving his corner. He told him to run. He said, "I ain't doing that because I am a gangster. I am gonna go out the way I need to go out." But he also chose that, so I can't put it as I can't put it on the list, but it's right there on the cusp, and it's still one that I still fast forward a little bit when I rewatch The Wire. So that's my last honorable mention. And what you got, Skool?
Damn, that was I didn't expect that to be honorable mention. I expected that to be up there.
Well, I'll when I get into the reason of why the other one from that show is, hopefully it makes some sense.
Okay. So
I'll put some thought into it.
Yeah, I see, man. I like that. For me, it's
no rinky dink show.
Nah, hell no. Yeah. So for me, mine is Do the Right Thing, Radio Raheem, man.
Damn.
Yeah. I don't think it wasn't shocking. It was really predictable. And that's why it hurts. You know what I mean? I don't even know how to really.
I think I know exactly what you mean. I think I know exactly what you're trying to say.
Yeah, like this. Okay, so I put this down. This death mirrors real life, not a movie. Like not movie magic. Like this wasn't cinema. This was America looking in the mirror. Like Radio Raheem, man, that shit hurt. And I didn't really see this movie until later. And the older I got, the more this movie just resonates and hurts and hurts and hurts. And Radio Raheem, that scene every time is just like you can't get the movie doesn't hit without it. So you can't fast forward it. You gotta push through, and that shit hurts every fucking time. R.I.P. to Radio Raheem, man. Every time.
I love Do the Right Thing, bro. It's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, man. I also, my bad. I just realized I forgot one. I'm not gonna give a big diatribe on it. I'm sorry, School.
No, you good.
My last honorable mention. Better Call Saul, Howard Hamlin. Just because you talk about wrong place, wrong time. Like that was one of those moments where you just knew right away. Like there's him knocking at that door was his own. There's nothing else he could have done. Like it was already done. Everybody in the room knew except for him. So it's one of those. It's shocking and it's sad because if you watch the show and you know everything that built up and like all the dirt on all the smut they put on his name and none of it being true, and they got the whole world thinking this about him, and he finally came to confront him about it, like because he knew it was them that was behind it. And before, even then, after his death, it's still he's a coke addict, and he's this, and none of that was true. All because they started it, and he had no. It was just sad and like fucked up. Going back to what you said, man, life ain't fair. So got to put that in there too. So my bad, I had to throw that.
Nah, I'm with you. All right, I like this. I like this list. This shit cooking, boy. Yeah. All right, so now it's time to get to the top 5. Now I'm really intrigued to hear these top 5s. I want to start with Rich this time. Is that cool, Rich?
Yeah, that's cool. It's your show.
All right. Yeah, let's get it. Number 5, Rich. Let's go.
Gonna be like ridiculously low compared to everybody else. Because these all top 5, except for my number 1. All the top 5 I think could have been interchangeable 2 through 5. And I feel like it's one of those, as long as it's in there, it gets the credit, you know. This is, I mentioned earlier about our biggest, live action death as children, if you grew up in our era. Now let's talk about the biggest death period in an animated film, which we all know what it was. It shook us to the core. Disney, some dirty some bitches for this, now that I think about it, for how young we were, man. Mufasa is my number 5 on the list, man. It's just, I don't know if it needs to go without saying. And the magic with those movies, and shout out to y'all because I know y'all recently did the top 5 cartoons of all time, not cartoon movies, but cartoons in general. But the thing is, the reason that episode was so great, and shout out to y'all, I want to give y'all credit and Mo. That was a phenomenal episode. The reason it's so great is because those characters have a way of still tugging on our heartstrings as adults. You can watch Lion King now and still feel what that's like, and especially if you're going through things like, you know what I'm saying, I lost my pops, and you saw it's just the cartoon, and here's the cartoon, and it's like, no, it's not, like, you know what I mean, Mufasa and all that stuff, Simba, and just what it's like to navigate that world. You know, y'all talked about it in that episode, just about how much adult content is in these cartoons, and you don't really realize it until you're on the other side of it. So a lot of it was just like, damn, that's why I think our generation connected with like Toy Story 3, even though we were way past the age of when we first watched Toy Story. You just evolve and you know. But Mufasa, I'm sure it's on y'all list, so I won't take up too much other time. But that was the big one. That was the one where you realize as a kid, like, what? Mufasa, huh? Like, and his brother did him dirty? Like, nah, man, that's fucked up. So, yeah, that's my number 5.
I like it. What you got, Rio?
Man, I'm going with Gary from Remember the Titans.
Okay.
It's the reason, you know what I mean, because obviously, you know, if y'all see Remember the Titans, y'all remember how it started off, you know, them struggling or dealing with racial issues, racial conflict, you know what I mean, but you see the growth of the character throughout the movie. You know what I mean? Especially after they go from the camp or whatever, and they get back home, and Gary kind of like turned to the other side, and, you know, became more accepting, and, you know what I mean? And you see, you know, everything kind of fall in line for that team to make it to the championship game. And it was just, you know, after that, they are one game away from going to state. You know, they win, and he goes, he gets, you know, going out on town. He asks his girl to come with him, you know, and she's like, no, whatever. But his whole night could have been completely different had, you know, had she said, yeah, you know, he might have been doing other things. You know what I mean?
Don't blame that lady.
I'm not blaming her, but you remember, like, everything kind of like he was trying to make plans with other people too, and you know, everybody else was like, oh well, you know, we going to do something else, or you know what I mean? But man, it was just it's still a part of me, even when I watch Remember the Titans today. Like, I think I watched it about 6 or 8 months ago, and it's just always a feeling of me wanting him to be able to play in that state game.
Yeah,
like it's crazy. Like, I could watch this. I could watch that literally like the next 10 times I watch it. I know what's gonna happen, but it's still a part of me that's like, man, he get, you know, like I don't want him to go get in that car.
Yeah, you don't want him to rev that engine up, huh?
Nah. But man, it was, and then he, you know, after the state game, you know, they just kind of show everybody at his funeral because he passed on later. Man, it's just tough, man. You know, he's one of the more dynamic parts of that movie for me because it shows that regardless of where you are, what you believe, like anything, like it's still something in you that can change your mind. You know what I mean? Or can change your heart to you know what I mean? Because you don't know what you don't know. And most people who have, you know, racial or any type of hate towards another type of person is mostly because of not understanding versus anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Or being uninformed. So, yeah.
I like it. I
like mad at that. All right. Okay. Yeah. Shout out to Gary.
Yeah.
All right.
Strong side.
Gary. Shut up. All right, so this might be on your list, Rich. I don't know. It might be on yours too, Rio. I don't know, but I'm number 5 for me is Omar Little, from The Wire.
Okay.
I put it this low because it kind of goes back to what Rich was saying. Like, you know, it's part of the game. You know how this shit goes. So, you know, it is what it is in a sense. But you know, why it broke me was, you know, Omar was untouchable, not because he was violent, but because he had a code. You know, his death is fast, quiet, no music, no build up, no respect. And I think that's the point. The streets don't honor, you know, legends. You know, at 36, this is something that I realize, you know, Omar's death caught us off guard a lot. It definitely caught me off guard. And then to find out or to see who did it is one of those things where it's just like, it's really one of those things. Like, even Omar is certain levels where he doesn't keep his guard up to certain things. Like, you shrug that shit off. Like, oh, they, you know, and man, took him out.
I gotta jump here because if y'all listen to me for even a half a second, y'all know The Wire. How I feel about it, and you know, as much research. So the good thing, and that's the one thing about they say about The Wire, all the pieces matter, right? So everything matters. They do a good job of bringing up something in one episode, and 9 episodes later, it's the most subtle, smallest thing, but you wouldn't even notice. So earlier in that season, or excuse me, this happened in season 5. In season 4 of The Wire. And when Omar's got the drop on Marlon, he's like looking at the skate park and trying to like look at their crews, or there might have been early season 5, excuse me. When he sees Mike with a crew, his partner's like, well, what about them? And he was like, he's just a kid. And then the whole season later, it just transpires into like, that's what that mindset, he's just a kid. There is no just a kid in these streets and everything else. Also, that episode where they killed Omar, the end of the episode at the coroner's office, they had the wrong name on him, and he switched it. The coroner saw it and was like, because it was some like John Smith, and then Omar. He looked them out. They put him on the wrong people and changed it. But it goes to what you said, School. Yeah, they're legends, but how big is that world? Because to them, it's just a little small clip in the newspaper. They're saying you were such a big part of these streets, but bro, who are you? We didn't even get your name right on the toe tag. So just that big mortality. What does it all mean? Livia Soprano with all the big nothing. That whole thing it ties into it. So yeah, man, it's it's for a number of reasons. That's a sad death. It's not on my list, but it's a great one.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you a question real quick, Rich. Do you think that The Wire is better than The Sopranos?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay.
Sopranos is number 2.
I never seen Sopranos. Like
Sopranos is a hell of a show. Sopranos is the reason why a lot of the television show, like Breaking Bad and stuff, exists because of Sopranos. It changed the whole format. But The Wire is just so. The Sopranos focused on one character and the world around him. The Wire focused on the world and then characters within that world. Like nothing's bigger than Baltimore and the politics and the drug trade and the ports and all the bullshit. Whereas Sopranos, like you like it more because you're solely dealing with Tony and what Tony got going at home. If I started getting into Seal's home life, it directs from the show a little bit because that's not what we're here for. Versus if this was just a mob and Tony's just a small piece of it, then it's different. So that's just my personal preference. It's the one show that if you told me it's better than The Wire, I'm not going to argue with it. Any other show in history, I'm going to argue. Sopranos, I won't because I get it. It's right there. They're neck and neck.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess it's on me. Am I number 4?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, man. Number 4, man. It's a tough one. I want to get his actual name. Yeah, man. Jarius Evans, better known as G Baby. Hardball, man. That's just a
damn. How did I forget that one?
Oh, you probably weren't trying to you probably weren't trying to think of no white saviors. But if you can get past, Hardball, obviously, even from the soundtrack, shout out to the Culture Guard. We just did Bad Boys 2. And part of the conversation we had was just talking about just those moments, so cultural moments and things of that nature. Hardball, I believe, came out in 2001. So a couple years before Bad Boys 2, but still in that new wave of 2000s, and the soundtrack was still a thing, and it really played into that street life, and it was something a little bit different. It's almost like the Mighty Ducks, the way we gravitated towards that. I never met a nigga that played hockey, but we all love Mighty Ducks.
Yep.
It wasn't the same as what it is today, but people weren't playing as much baseball back then. Baseball for a lot of people, man, it used to be a very black sport. And now, like, we probably have the lowest percentage in MLB right now. But when you get Hardball, and it's kind of the Mighty Ducks theme where you get this guy who's in trouble, almost on some community service shit, similar to Coach Bombay. He got drunk driving, so he had to coach his team. And you begin to take the identity, and knowing that you don't have to live the life that they do. He just dropped them off, after a game. They can't come in the building because some gang activities going on. Next thing you know, they shooting. His brother trying to protect him. Then G Baby gets shot, and it's just like, damn, like life ain't fair. That's the definition of it. Like it's just damn. It's G Baby, and the reason it works is G Baby was the heart and soul of the team.
Yes,
if G Baby is like some just B character or somebody got a couple lines in there. It's just like, oh damn, it's fucked up. But the one character you didn't want to get shot got shot.
Yep.
Why it's sad. You know what I mean? And it would have been sad for a lot of people, but that's the one. If you had a draft, hey, all these characters in this movie, who you don't want to get see, like, G Baby probably would have been the top of everybody's list, and that's what happened. He was smallest, but he was the most spunky, the leader for real. Like he got the team together, and he was a great liaison between the coach when he was trying to come and really got him in the groove. So a lot of stuff about that, and just young death, gang violence, all that. But G Baby was a tough one. I remember even at 14 being like, damn, they got G Baby. That's fucked up.
That G Baby. Damn, you just threw it back with that one. And it's I just want to say this real quick. It's funny. Shout out to Lil Sus because she's gonna be on my ass. Because we talked and she said, I know G Baby on your list. And I was like, yeah, he on there. And then I got to looking at shit and shit was like, yo, I forgot all about G Baby. Damn.
Hey, that's why it's your list, man.
R.I.P. G Baby though.
No doubt.
Yeah, what you got, Rio?
Number 4 for me is Glenn from Walking Dead.
I know a lot of people said this. I did not watch Walking Dead, but when I did research, a lot of this, Glenn popped up on a lot of lists.
Bro,
and they said he died. He fake died too, or some shit.
But so this what happened, right? Like, and Glenn was one of the best characters because he was like he was essential to the team, right? Like as they were trying to navigate through, like he was really good with like navigation, and you know what I mean. They kind of put him in a little typical Asian pocket too, you know what I mean? But the way that he died, it was a character named Neil came, bro, hit him in the head with a mace, but all the ways he could have fucking died, bro. You know what I mean? You talking about this is a zombie apocalypse, and you get killed. I mean, you know, in the whole show, if you ever watch it, it's really like more so man versus them versus the zombies. The zombies are just kind of like the whatever they kind of going. It's them there with just something that they're dealing with, like a plague or something. But it's everything else that they got to worry about, like other surviving people. But bro, when I tell y'all, like Glenn was like one of the original cast members, like, and it's just one of the people that you think is just gonna make it through the end with the whole team. Fuck everybody, like. Everybody that's watching Walking Dead, it completely messes you up on his death. So, yeah, if y'all ever, you know, if you ever get a chance, you just want to like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna give Walking Dead a chance, bro. First like 5 seasons are amazing.
Yeah,
first 5 seasons are absolutely amazing. The Walking Dead, bro. But when they killed Glenn, shit just wasn't the same. Like, and literally everybody that I know who has watched Walking Dead has the same sentiment, like of his death.
Yeah, I remember how big of a deal Walking Dead was. I just never. I was late to it, and then they had so many seasons and then spinoffs. I was just like, man, I'll never catch up or care enough to catch up. So
I will say this, at least because I didn't watch after like season 6 because I feel like they started doing a lot. But if you watch the first 2 seasons, I think you'll hang around because I think the first 5 seasons were so well written, and after that, it's just kind of like you can kind of end the show when you want to end the show.
Okay,
because they drag it out so long, and there's so many other things that happen, like and with the spinoffs, and you know what I mean. Like it's just one of the things where I just kind of ended the show where I wanted to end it. So
I got you. Fair enough.
All right. Well, let's get into my number 4, which was one of your honorable mentions, Rich. Thomas J from My Girl, man. Oh man, sheesh. This is one of those I own My Girl, the first and the second. Like you said, this is probably your first on-screen death. No violence, no warning, just loss. You were a kid, watch another kid die. That rewired your emotions. That's when you realize that death, I guess you know death is out there, but you don't realize that you don't die without getting old. Like you just assume probably everyone in your life at this time dies because they're old, you know. And that's when you realize as a kid, like, oh, you can die from other things out here. And then you don't her character doesn't really understand death. So she's, that scene with the glasses, his glasses, he can't see without his glasses. Like, oh man. And I watched this like a year ago, bro. I'm silently crying. Just damn, this shit hurts, man. That shit hurts. So, you realize how unfair and random death can be. Childhood ended with him in a sense. Especially like you said, it's not a animated series. But Thomas J died, and suddenly movies stopped feeling safe. And that's just all I had to say about that. So
I ain't mad at it, man. I ain't mad at it. I gave my thoughts on it. Number 3. Where's the boy string? Where's Wallace? Where the fuck is Wallace? Wallace, man. The Wire, season 1. Wallace, played by Michael B. Jordan.
Legend.
His death in The Wire was, if you rank Wire deaths amongst fans, if you took a poll of 100 people, it'd probably be number 1. It'd probably be number 1 because it kind of goes with the G Baby aspect of it, where the innocence of it, like you're too young to even know what you're getting yourself into. Like, and that's the thing about The Wire. They built that world to where these kids are just out here. When you looked at Wallace's living situation, bro, he's living in an abandoned house with like 10 other kids that he's taking care of and making sure they get off to school and have like their lunch consists of chips in a juice box. No electricity. They running it through the cords of the other house because that's what it is. No parent figure, no nothing. Like, this is what these kids to survive, to get money. Like they got to get out here. And he ended up getting strung out and stuff like that because of some things that he witnessed, and he just wasn't emotionally mature enough. And I've talked about that, like certain things at my age, and we've all experienced it. When you're 15, 16, you think you know everything, you don't know anything. One of the things you don't know is how emotionally immature you are. There's a lot of things that I was doing at 16, 17, and I look back on like, man, I had no way how to handle the emotions that came with this. If you think it's just a part of growing up and normal, it's really not. And the reason Bodie wasn't on this list and Wallace was because Bodie was, even though he was already built different because they ran together. Bodie and Poot were the ones that kind of set him up per Straker's orders. But Bodie was built like that. Bodie's brother was in the game, man. All of that. Wallace just kind of stumbled in, and he was still the kid running around with these kids our age. But you can look on screen and tell he's younger than them. Like, you can just tell he has that naivete and that child. And D'Angelo tried to tell him, man, this ain't for you. Like, this ain't for you. That's why they sent him down south. He had the decision to come back home because I'm not a country ass nigga per his words. But to be back down by your boys. Because they fully sold into the game. You can't be halfway in, halfway out. You either in or you out. He wasn't all the way in, but them two were. And they were some boys. They was crying. Pooh had tears coming down, Nino Brown style. Tears coming down his face when he shot Wallace. And Bodie was the one that was acting all brother, but he couldn't do it. Pooh was the one like, either do it or don't. He did the first shot and Pooh finished it off, but knowing that, he violated. But damn, Wallace, like you wouldn't even know what your life could have looked like. You didn't even know what the other options was out there for you. You got caught in the trap of what the wire is even all about. So that one stung, and it's still one of those stinging TV deaths when you watch it for the first time. And the way they build it up, and you know it, but he doesn't know it. Like when I forget what the technical term of that is. If we didn't know, they didn't want it to be shocking. They wanted it to be sad. Because if they wanted to be shocking, we would just, all that would have happened. We'd have heard about it later. Like we saw him walk up the steps, and he calling for the kids, asking where they at. You got all these lives he responsible for. Tragic, man. That's number 3.
Man, that's a good one. I ain't gonna lie. I thought it was good. I knew it was gonna be on the list. I thought it would have been higher. But
my top 2 were number 1. My number 1 will always be number 1. I don't care what death happens.
Well, you did say that they could be interchangeable. So
everything but 1 is interchangeable. Yeah. Number 2, I'll talk about when we get there. But number 1 is always. We might all have the same number 1.
I don't know. I'm with you, man. When it comes to Wallace, man, that shit hurt, man. That shit hurt. And like you said, just there's nothing like you said, being naive, being young, because there comes a moment when certain shit happens. Like you said, when he walks in the house, shit's silent. You taking care of 10 kids. If you got 5, 10 more years on you, you know something ain't right. You know what I mean? It hits you automatically. Like, I have 10 kids. There should be 10 kids in here. That's where, everything. Like, he just young and dumb. And, oh, man, that shit, damn. You just brought it back, man.
Yeah, man. Shit rough, man. Shit rough.
Yeah. Let me go to my number 3. This might be some people's number 1. I don't know.
No, did Rio do his 3?
Oh, yeah. It's on.
Nah,
my bad.
No, you good. You good. Man, Wallace is good, man. I don't know how I'm gonna top that.
Yeah, that threw me off, man.
We still got 2 more, man.
Yeah. But my number 3, I got Mufasa at my number 3. Just, I mean, I know it was your number 5, but for me, it's still something like I think about because like growing up, you just like having to rewatch that. You know what I mean? Like, and then not only that, but knowing that, even though, you know what I mean, like we adults now, but still, like you can watch this shit today, knowing like, damn, Scar really lied to this nigga face. You know what I mean? As a kid, you know what I mean, telling him, you know what I mean, a lie of how his father died. You know what I mean? And then, Simba had to grow up, kind of navigate life without a father, bro. Like, really was raised by Timon and Pumbaa. Like, and and it's crazy though, you know what I mean? Like, and I think as somebody who grew up without a father, like, you just kind of know how hard it is, but also seeing him go out and, have all these questions about life, and you know what I mean, feeling like life is unfair because he lost his father. You know what I mean? Like, now how is he gonna become a man, or you know what I mean? How's he gonna become the next king? Because there's so much responsibility on him now. Because it's like, yeah, you are next in line to be like that king of the jungle. You know what I mean? And he felt like, you know, for him, you kind of see like the whole scare tactic of the pressure that's gonna be on him now. You know what I mean? And then, you know, you remember when after the stampede, and you see Mufasa on the ground, and Simba just kind of going over, like nudging him, like, you know, get up. Like, that shit's sick. As a kid, that's sick, bro. Like,
yeah.
So
Listen, I'm gonna just join in with you. This is my number 3 as well, Mufasa. I recently, so for those who don't know, I'm in a recovery program, and I help with the kids. And actually, this Friday we watched Lion King, and it really showed me how impactful this movie is, bro. Like, these kids was silent, like, and not the death part. I'm just saying, like, this movie is that grasping, and it takes hold of you. But when the first off, bro, Scar is he is one of those characters that's just like, you grasp to him, like you want him in more scenes, even though damn near every scene he's in, he's doing evil, he's doing wrong. But he set that shit up so perfectly, like everything went the way it was supposed to. And then Mufasa dies, bro, and you watch these kids heartbreak. You know, there's a few little boys that just, you know, all that bullshit. But bro, that shit broke us as a generation, bro. That shit hurt. Like you said, he lost a father figure. And then not only that, he's so young that he watched it and still took blame. Like, he was willing to blame himself, ran away, and like you said, was raised by a damn a meerkat and a damn pig, you know. So that shit hurts, man. Mufasa, damn. And but in his defense, though, I love the fact that he tried to get Simba ready for his death. He just didn't know it would be so soon. Remember, we're pals, right? You're always going to be there, right? He said, let me tell you what my father told me. And they had the perfect character in James Earl Jones, because James Earl Jones is one of those people that when he talks, you listen. That motherfucker can be talking about bullshit.
How much you don't like black women? Oh,
yeah. Oh, man, here you go. But you won't listen. Mufasa like black women, goddamn it.
Shout out to Beyonce.
But you know, as an adult, you understand legacy and guidance and obedience and you understand absence, like his father not being there, how much that affected. That's a lion, nigga. He was out there eating grubs and bugs and shit. Like, that shit's insane, man. So that's number 3 for me as well, man.
I just wanted to shout out Jeremy Irons.
Go.
Yeah, we just did a shout out to Rachel. We got y'all. We just did morning show at the end of last year, and he plays Alex's dad, Jennifer Anderson's character. Jennifer Aniston, excuse me, his character on the morning show. And it's just one of those distinct voices. Like, even if you didn't know he voiced Scar, you listen and go, oh, you was Scar's voice. Like, it will make you want to look it up. And you know, he won an Oscar for best actor, and he's just a legend. So only reason I wanted to shout him out, because School, you mentioned how you wanted more Scar. I think a lot of that had to do with Jeremy Irons and the way he portrayed that character. Is iconic. So shout out to him.
Yeah, and he's also the original bad guy from what's the Christmas movie we was just talking about? Die Hard.
Die Hard, yeah. I thought that was
no.
Snake,
No, he was in Die Hard Without a Vengeance. My bad.
Yeah.
Classic.
Number 2 for me, Rio, you mentioned Wallace and you thought it would be higher. The reason why is because, this is just a little fact about me. I'm not necessarily like a big crier, and that's not even something I'm not saying it on some macho shit. I just don't cry like that. It's got to be something real big, like a real big event. Like, a lot of times I found myself in moments where people were crying. Like, I'm still sad. I just don't process it that way. And it's something I want to get a healthy cry out. And it's like, damn, man, I need to get this shit out. It won't. I remember, and the reason I say that is because my number 2 as an adult had me with a thug tear. And that's how I knew it was big time. And a lot of people who are into this show can probably tell you the same thing. You look at this character and you look at his journey from season 1 to where he is now. He lost everything. He lost everything. Because he gave it all to the club.
Yep.
And he lost his wife. He lost his freedom. He lost his kids. He lost his will to live. And his death was the ultimate sacrifice to keep his brothers alive. But it was also one of the saddest moments of he deserved way better than this. Like, it's one of those where when you start having, and we kind of talked about this with a hardball a little bit when I talked about G Baby. When you start, and even Wallace, I think most of my examples, when you realize you dedicate your life to these certain organizations or these certain things, and then you reach a point where you realize you're not getting even half of that back from them. Like all you're doing is pouring out, and you look at your life around you, and it ain't shit. It can wreck you. And he was supposed to be a regular. He thought this could be one way. And this is Opie from Sons of Anarchy. Opie from Sons of Anarchy, man, is one of those grown men boo-hooing. Like grown men, like, and just the way it happened, the pipe and all that stuff, man. It's just it was one of those moments I'll never forget. One of those moments where you know it's about to happen, but you're still trying to figure out the TV magic. Like, nah, how they gonna write his way out of this? Like even when you watch that episode, the scene with his castmates, you can tell, and they all talked about that. If you're into reading into like behind the scenes stuff on shows or movies like School and myself are, and I'm sure Rio is to some extent, they talk about how somber that day was. Like, yeah, he's here, but that was a big moment. It's like they was crying in real life, not just the characters. Like that, them Jack slapping the wall and Chubb slapping the wall. Like, no, like they wanted to be them. Like, we about to have to watch our brother go down. And just even the retribution afterwards, when Jax told you, like, man, I'm gonna get out of here, I'm gonna find you, I'm gonna kill you, I promise you. Like, if you don't bet on nothing else in life, you bet on that. Like, you will be dead as soon as I get a chance. And you felt it. You felt that. Even when that happened, even when the dude did die, you ain't care. Murked his wife and everything. Like, all y'all gotta go. That's for Opie. You felt like that was your man's. Like, that's for Opie. So that's, I know you said, is that your number 2, School?
That's my number 2 as well. Not to cut you off, Rio. I gotta jump in here with him. Like he said, bro, like that hurt, man. And it's kind of just like Rich was saying, with any relationship, you know, it's supposed to be 50-50. Like I'll give some, you put some in, you know, all that type of things. And Opie wasn't getting that.
I'm sorry, School. Real quick. Just going to that point, the last thing I'll say. Not only was that 50-50, his death wasn't 50. His death wasn't even fair. His death was outnumbered. He always gave more than what he had to get back. Like, anyway, my bad. So go ahead.
And I wrote, you know, Opie wasn't dumb. He was loyal. He kept paying for Jack's mistakes, his decisions. His death wasn't dramatic. It was sacrificial. Like, that man sacrificed himself. Like, even though, bro, you watch that episode and you know it ain't gonna be Jack's. But for a second, they kind of dupe you. You're like, oh shit. And then you figure it out. Because it's only, you know, it's 3 characters. You like, okay, maybe it's gonna be, man, at 36, this hits because you've seen people, you give people everything and you give your life to these systems and they don't give anything back. And that's the ultimate character of Opie. Like you said, Rich, he gave his wife first. What was that first episode? His first, I know it's first season.
First season when his wife got out of here.
Hey, make it ghetto, make it ghetto, and make it gangster. Hey,
yeah, that was first season. It wasn't first episode.
But yeah, they don't give nothing back. Opie is what happens when loyalty becomes self-destruction. Opie didn't die for the club. He died because the club never deserved him. And that's facts, man. Shout out to Opie, RIP, man. The only Opie that matters. Fuck Opie Taylor. Go ahead, bro.
I never seen Sons of Anarchy, but it's on my list of things to watch for this.
You need to start today. Start today.
I heard because at the time when it was really big, I had got in the Snowfall, and I was already in the Power. So like those were like the shows I was bouncing back and forth between. But I heard that it's actually like on that list, on that tier of shows like The Wire. You know what I mean? Like it's
Don't
it's
get
on that
enough
same
respect.
it's on that same tier.
If we ever did a top 5 anti-hero episode, I'm sure Jax Taylor would be on mine.
Oh yeah.
Like it's that good. Like Charlie Hunnam as Jax Taylor, one of the best TV characters of all time.
You ever seen the show The Following?
No.
Okay. Well, I was gonna ask you a question, but if you've never seen it, it's cool. Because you're talking about anti-heroes. But my number 2 is Manolo from Scarface.
I'm not even mad at that.
I'm not mad at that at all.
I'm not mad at that.
Like, and I think I'm just more. I was more sad of because how it happened. You know what I mean? It's like damn near like it's your brother, man. Like, you know what I mean?
You're fucking all on his wife, man. You're fucking all on his sister.
But that's that powder, man. That's that powder, man.
A lot of
was fucking up Tony, man.
Man, but bro, like Tony had this weird a fascination with his sister, bro. Like
it was
like
weird.
It's weird, like, you know what I mean? Like, and you kind of saw even when she was at the club and she was messing with the dude. You know, I kind of understand it like at that point, but even like, bro, like it's Manolo, like, you know what I mean? Like, but the killing, send that nigga back to Cuba, bro. I don't care what, but don't kill him. You feel me? Like you can do a whole lot of other things, but don't kill him, bro. Like, and it just, to me, it never sits right when I watch Scarface. You know, and I was torn because it was somebody on this I didn't even put on my list that I could have said, but Manolo, man, that shit hard, man. Like, I think it's for me, it's so high on my list because Tony killed him. Like,
yeah, man, one of my favorite Jay-Z lines of all time. I have it on it was on a shirt. Had to turn away when Tony killed Manolo.
Yeah,
like sometimes you like I felt that like you got to turn away. That's your man's.
Yeah,
and not only that, Manolo was he was the connect for real. Manolo made everything happen for Tony. Without Manolo, he would have been a bum. You'd have still washing dishes, huh?
He was the only person loyal to Tony. You know what I mean? To a certain point, because it was one point Tony was just gone, bro. And like when he got to a certain level and he started doing that coke real heavy, bro, he was gone.
Hey, man, that table was a mountain of clay. He was done.
Yeah. And
he don't feel none of them bullets.
And Manolo, he was. I don't think he was wrong for marrying his sister. He just should have went about it the wrong way or went about it another way. But also, they didn't expect Tony just to pop up either. So that was different.
No, just got finished hitting it.
Yeah,
it was never a way that I believe that he could have married his sister and Tony wouldn't have reacted the way he reacted.
It would have. If he would have listen. Make sure he don't do no powder. Hang with him all day. Just get him in the right mood. Get him something. It's a way, but you can't be on that shit, man.
But you never know. That could have, bro. He could have told him that. Tony could have just been triggered and been like, "I'm gonna go do some powder." You know what I mean? Could have, like, I'm telling you, bro. It's just he had a crazy fascination with his sister that just wasn't healthy. Like,
yeah, I think it also had something to do with his mom as well.
Mom, yeah.
But one of the funniest movie lines of all time. Shit. Son, I wish I had one, huh? All right. Well, we on number ones now, right?
Yeah. All right. Once again, my personal list. No judgment that this ain't your number one. Obviously,
yeah.
For me, it's not even close. It's not even close. It's the one that. Here's the reason why. Because every time I watch this movie, and I've seen it countless times, every single time, I'm rooting, I'm cheering, I'm yelling out instructions. I want them to zigzag. It just never. I can't reiterate that enough. Like, I know how it's going to happen, and still, there's a small part of me that hopes that maybe there's a new version of this movie. Or maybe there's an alternate ending or alternate take where this doesn't go down the way it is. And that's everybody's favorite neighborhood talent. That's Ricky.
Yes,
Ricky is number one for me. It's not even
close. USC talent, baby.
from Cuba Gooding Jr. Trey, should I say, yelling out Ricky to the slow motion to him running and Machado out, man. And you just know, like, not once again, going back to Hardball, the one character, you know what I mean? Because everybody else you can just about throughout our list, we've talked about certain characters and be like, yeah, that's part of the game, man. That's the life you live, man. That's the dice you roll. Ricky was just adjacent to it. Like Ricky wasn't even about that. Even when he was hanging and his boy stepped up on him, Doughboy the one that came out with the strap. We got a problem. Like Ricky he had his Letterman jacket on, man. I'm going to USC.
Yep.
Like, my biggest vice is, nigga, I get bitches. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. You've seen plenty of hood examples, or if you like from the hood or know people from the hood, you know that's a real thing where they take the talent and they shield them. Like they'll take a star basketball player, like, hey, 5 minutes, you need to clear out of here. Like, don't be here in 5. We coming back. Like, you gotta get. They'll give that. They might not get that warning to everybody else, but they'll give it to you. If they know you're going somewhere, or they'll be the ones telling you, like, man, stay off these streets, doing whatever, blah blah blah.
Yep. Give you a stack of bills and be like, hey, don't ever do this.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and Ricky was the one, man. Ricky was supposed to be at USC. He was supposed to be the one after OJ and Marcus Allen, and you know, Heisman winner. He's from the neighborhood, like all of that, man. He lives the life that to cross reference another movie, Good Will Hunting. If anybody knows, Will Hunting was so smart at math.
Yep.
That moment at the end when Chucky was at the construction site, he told him, man, if you still working here in 10 years, bro, I'll kill you. Like that's an insult to all of us.
Yep.
That's an insult to all of us that are here who don't have the talent that you have and just watching you waste it, squander it around. Like that's kind of what it was with Ricky, man. You don't want to see those people go back or get in trouble because they got such a promising future. And the fact that Ricky couldn't dodge it, and Ricky was just that was Doughboy's doing. Like, we can't get him, or we gonna get your mans. And that just kind of lets you know, man, all is fair. Like, nigga, when people say on site, when you nigga protect your family, hide your family, like all of it. If I see him out here, it's over. And that was just the first one. And you just like, damn, Ricky. And after that, it's like, fuck it. Like, even, you know what's sad, because even when you get the redemption, you don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? You don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care, man. Ricky still, that ain't bringing Ricky back. Like, and even like the little bonus at the end, even though you don't see it, like knowing that Doughboy died, like, like damn. So Ricky by far my number one. Like I said, if for nothing else, the easiest way to say it is, I still to this day, you put on that scene right now, there's still a small percentage, man. Like, please let something different happen, please,
bro. It's a small part of me in that movie, bro. When I watch that scene, that. When his mom say, Ricky, baby, your test scores. I just want him to turn around. Hey, let me see what these test scores look like before, you know what I mean? Like,
so many things could have changed, man. And it's just, wrong place, wrong time. And they did them bad, too.
I still to this day put this on Cuba Gooding Jr. And I know I'm alone. I'm by myself when I say this, bro. It's on his character, bro. Like, he had a car. He could have just drove him to the. Hey, I'll just tell you the story. Like,
is this your number one, Rio?
It's my 1B. I have a 1A.
Okay. So I have a 1A and 1B as well. But mine kind of like contrast each other. Ricky is definitely the 1B.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You can go ahead, Rio, because you could go next anyway. Go ahead.
Ricky, bro. I'm glad that we all have Ricky as number one.
Yes,
I knew it because I know that he wasn't on y'all list, but to say that's always gonna be your number one though. That's
who?
That's yeah.
Oh yeah. For us, I figured because Ricky's the quintessential.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yes.
Like matter. Yeah.
That's definitely. I think that's the first Black hood movie for every young Black kid. I feel like
my mom's made me,
especially our generation.
Yeah, she made me watch Boys in the Hood.
Like,
absolutely. And during the sex scene, that type shit.
And I think that every person who watches Boys in the Hood, you always rooting for that nigga to not get hit by that bullet, even though we all know he getting shot. You always be like, man, do something different every time you watch that movie. Nigga, do something different.
And it reminds me of what you said, Rich, when you said, friends, family, whoever, they on the list. What your boy 50 say? Because I get tired of looking for you. Spray your mama crib and let your ass look for me. Like, that's how it be. Like, okay, you want to keep hiding? All right, I got something for you.
Yeah, it worked. They found him, but that's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Damn. But my 1A is Mitch from Paid in Full.
I'm not mad at that,
bro. I watch Paid in Full a lot. It's one of my, you know what I mean? You know, it damn near become background noise at some point. You know what I mean? When I'm watching it, just because I've seen the movie so many times, but I can watch up until that part, like knowing that he's not even at this point, he's not even doing what he's doing to get up, you know what I mean, or to do the shit that he was. Yeah, my man really just trying to save his little brother, like he really just trying to save his little brother, like, you know what I mean. But then you see Rico, like, yo, how many keys you say you got? Like, bruh, hold on, bro. We not even on that right now, bro. Like, my little brother somewhere bleeding with his finger cut off, nigga. Like, this is the little nigga might be, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to do this to save his life. But now, you feel me? Like, but you got to deal with it. But that's what come with the game, you know what I mean? Like, it's always gonna be a nigga that's greedy, that's waiting in the wings, like. And
he was part of the clique. What you mean waiting in the wings? That's your nigga.
Was supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like, supposed
when
to
that
be.
When that nigga said niggas die every day, B. Niggas get shot every day, B. That's everything I need to know about him, bro.
I mean, you kind of knew who Rico was, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when he got out of prison, like, you kind of see, like, you know what I mean? Kind of see what he owned. Like, he even though Mitch was flashy, it's a different type of flashy. Like, Rico was careless, which is, you know what I mean? Which is even worse. Like, Mitch was like, yo, I'm gonna handle business, but I'm still a flashy nigga. Like, you know what I mean? I get money. Rico was like, I'm with everything. You feel me? I'm with everything.
And the difference too with Mitch was he also helped people. Like, he didn't mind buying groceries for people. Like, he was that type of nigga. Like, I buy some groceries. Your mama sick? All right, I go over there and get some soup and drop some money off. Like, not Rico.
Man. But it never sit right with me. Like, with that. Like, and I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I can give a shit about Sonny and that finger getting cut off, nigga. Mitch wasn't supposed to go out, bro. Like, you know what I mean? If Sonny would have listened to Mitch from the jump and not been around the nigga ice, it would have been cool. But Sonny want to run around, like, and he want to be, you know what I mean? He want to do what he want to do with his little crew. Money make his son.
I'm with you.
1A, man. Damn. All right, School. Who your 1A, man? I want to hear it.
Yeah.
So actually, Ricky is actually my 1A. My 1B is Ping Pong from Inside Out. Has anyone seen Inside Out?
Nah, but I heard great things about Inside Out, but I haven't watched it.
The animated movie.
The animated movie. I heard everything.
Yes, Bing Bong, brother. Listen, I'll never forget watching this movie, and this specific scene. You know, she's 19 now, but at the time, this is 2015. So she had to be 15, 14, something like that. And me and her mom are watching this movie, and this certain scene comes on, and me and my wife are bawling, and our daughter's looking at us like we insane. But Bing Bong is a character in this movie. You know, they're basically Riley is growing up and blase, and Bing Bong represents her imagination. And in order for her to grow up, she has to, you know how kids, you know, you get to a point where you lose your imagination, like certain shit and she can't get over this hump in her life. And Bing Bong character comes and he's like, it's me, I'm holding you back. So he sacrifices himself, but you just got to see the movie because it hits, bro. And I've never seen anyone not drop a tear during that scene. And it's very impactful. And then, like you said, it goes back to just Ricky, man. One of those scenes, one of those things that you just wish never happened, you know. And I think we've all said enough about Ricky, but I'm telling you, check out Inside Out, Bing Bong. That should have changed your life, man. You definitely gonna drop a gangster tear for Bing Bong, man. That shit's crazy. Yeah.
Damn. List, man.
Hit harder than Mufasa, man.
Hey, listen, I ain't mad at it. I need to see it. I've actually had people tell me like, so that's actually the best movie for adults. Like versus
It
kids.
is. It is. I'm telling you.
I like it, man. I liked it.
Yeah.
I like the combo.
Yeah.
I like the combo, fellas. You had you have to flip it one day and have a most pleasant.
Oh yeah, that'd be dope. I like that.
Yeah, man. Y'all should do that one day, man. Maybe recycle it and just come back. I'll come back if y'all want me. Or y'all can get another. I always love listening to other people's opinions too. But most satisfying TV and movie deaths.
Yeah,
that would be a dope episode too. Because I thought about a couple when I was going through
it. Yeah. Yes. So, well, I'm super satisfied with my list. I liked you guys' list. Listen, it's always a pleasure, Rich, to have you here, man.
Once a year I got you. Once a year, here it is. Y'all use it up early, so I'll catch y'all next
man.
Man, hit my guy. Yeah, call the guy to tell them the guy, and talk to my people. Call your people. Call my people. I'll figure something
Hey,
out.
I think I didn't even get to speak on that Tony Stark shit is dope, man. That was a good one too, man. Tony Stark, man.
Yeah, man. It's a lot, man.
And the line was perfect, like everything. Like,
there's perfect. So many. I'm looking forward to your listeners reaching out and maybe talking about some that because I know I said some that y'all forgot. Y'all said some I forgot. So I can't wait to listen to more. Because obviously it's not something you think about at the top of your head. But once you start thinking about it, like, damn, there's probably a few more I could have went with. So man, shout out to y'all, man. It was always a pleasure to be on here. My second appearance,
Let me ask you a question. Do you have do either of y'all have a death from a movie or a TV show that I don't think people would agree with that impacted you though? Like you were sad, you thought that any other people probably would have been happy that they died. Or would have cared less that they died.
I'm too much of an empath for that. In other words, my brain is wired to see all sides, so I can't look at it as like even I would know that I'm the one that's in the wrong. I would know I'm in the minority, so I don't even look at it like that. So it's hard for me to. I know it's a weird answer.
No,
it's hard for me to look at it like that.
Yeah, I don't think I have one, and I don't have enough. I would have to really look into it. But I already know who would be my number one who deserved it though. He's on, and I think he's on Game of Thrones. So that's all I'm gonna say.
For sure, 100%. My only issue with him is like it wasn't. I wanted him to have a much slower death.
They could have spent the next 5 seasons just torturing that nigga, just cutting to the scene every blue moon of them torturing him. I'd have been straight.
Still would have been enough.
Yeah. So with that being said, hey, anything else anybody want to say? Shout out to the conglomerate, because we building up some shit over here, huh?
I don't know, man. Something we'll figure it out. Well, y'all will know the name once we figure it out, man.
Yeah. All right. What about you, Rio? Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
No, just want to thank Rich for coming on. You know what I mean? Getting to hear his opinion and
man, always, man. Appreciate that.
Crazy dope list. I knew it was gonna be crazy when you had Mufasa hired. I was like, yo, he about to come with some heat. Like,
hey man, listen, man. When you ask the big dogs to come join you, man, you should just expect some pure entertainment, man. So I pride myself on. All joking aside, I know I said that 10 times, but I really do appreciate y'all having me on, thinking of me, man. Because there's people might think, obviously, School, little bro, Rio family, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff, and we do kind of intertwine in this word culture garden, obviously, with School. But it's not like School asking me every episode to come on. Like, so there are episodes I'm like, damn, I wanted to be on that. So that adds to the I'm honored when I am asked, because I don't want to interject. I never want to be like, hey man, I want to be on this episode. Like, I want it to be something that works for the overall brand, and not what I want to do. So when I am asked, I know like, oh shit, that must be an episode they want my opinion on. So it really means a lot because I am a fan. Like I said, there's stuff that I'm like, damn, I wish I did that. Like, but that makes these moments even more special. So I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you.
But you got so much knowledge. You got so much knowledge and insight, like when it comes to like shows and how they, you think about how they written. You know what I mean?
I take this shit way too serious. Yeah, way more serious than what it should be. Put it like that. That's a nice way of saying, man, go find a life.
All right. Well, with that being said, I appreciate you guys for listening. Like, share, subscribe, all that good shit. Y'all be cool. How y'all be cool?
Hey.